David out.
Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of the Remind podcast. Short and sharp one today. We're looking forward to getting into it. I'm Dr. Ashleigh Moreland and I'm joined by my co-host David Masterton.
Top tips.
Today we are talking top tips, and our question for the day is, what is the worst thing you can do when you're feeling anxious? I'm going to help Dave out and go first because he said he didn't know what his answer was yet.
Well, I've actually got it. I do.
Oh, okay.
Actually.
Well, off you go.
Yeah,
Take it away.
Thank you for helping me. The first thing that actually came to mind, because again, I have a strange relationship.
You better
with
not
anxiety.
steal mine telepathically.
Ooh. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Comment below. Have I? So I have a strange relationship with anxiety because for a long time I never believed it existed. I thought it was a condition that people used to explain away bad behaviour or dysfunctional behaviour. So for the longest time I could never actually sense if I was had anxiety. However, the more and more I become a bit more tuned into it, I can sense anxious feelings and the feeling of anxiety, not at a level that I used to put anxiety in the big A category, which was like absolute panic attack, breathing into a paper bag, complete dysfunction, shut down, can't move, can't do anything. However, I now know it sort of forms in a subtle butterfly or a doubt or all of that. So for me, the number one, what are we saying? The worst thing you can do when you're feeling anxious, for me, is to believe it. Is to believe what it is that you're thinking. And to find things that just simply bring you back to the present moment. As opposed to, if I'm feeling anxious, I'm worried about the future or the past. I'm worried about predicting what someone else is doing. I'm completely in my logical head. And so it's like if I project out far enough, I should be able to find something to worry about because I don't know everything. And then based on that, worry. So believing in the anxiety for me is probably the worst thing you can do. How do I combat that? Is try and bring myself back to the present moment. Do I have everything I need right now? Can I breathe? Can I feel? Am I sitting? Do I feel safe? If I don't feel safe, da. And so I don't think I've stolen yours, but so that's me. So over to you, Ash.
Okay, I like it.
What is yours?
I like it. Pause the video here right now, guys, and literally write in the comments, what do you think is the worst thing you can do when you're feeling anxious? My answer, I was saying to Dave, I had to actually really go back and visit a previous version of myself who used to be riddled with anxiety earlier in my life. And I came up with the answer, overthink it. Try and think your way out of it, right? Because I used to think that I basically just used to live in my head, and anxiety felt like a mental loop. And the way that I explained it once was I had this vision of, the lottery barrels. I think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, actually. The big lottery barrels, and all the balls are flying everywhere in the air, and like I just couldn't grab a thought. Right. And my thoughts would be flying everywhere because I would be so majorly overanalyzing everything and rationalizing everything and all this stuff. But then I would gaslight myself and try and say, just calm down. Because
if only I'd known that earlier.
That's helpful, isn't it? Yeah. And how many times do we even catch ourselves thinking that, like, oh, calm down? Even when, if someone else in my life is a bit dysregulated or whatever, I've absolutely caught myself having that thought of like, just calm down. There's nothing. But then you catch yourself. You don't actually say that. But I used to say that to myself internally. And it kind of wasn't really until you know, I loved your answer about just don't believe it,
Mm.
because I didn't have the awareness yet that not believing my thoughts was an option, because I didn't know there was anything else other than my thoughts,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
so I would be so stuck in my head and I would overthink. And by overthinking about the anxiety, I created more anxiety.
Yeah.
So it was like this self-perpetuating cycle that I was absolutely stuck in. And at the time, I didn't understand what was happening in my nervous system, and I didn't understand the mind and how the mind drove my nervous system. So thinking now, what would I do instead? Very similar to your answer. It would be about, first of all, recognizing that my mind is trying to use data from the past to project into the future, and it's probably got the wrong .com lenses, and I'm probably seeing something that's not real or hasn't happened yet, or it's just a perception. And so even just having that awareness and that understanding feels calming to me, like it's reassuring to go, oh, it hasn't even happened. What can we, what else could happen, you know? I focus on being present in the moment, and I talk a lot about like really coming into the body and really coming into the senses. So that's something I use regularly, where I'll just, for a moment, I'll sit and I'll go, what can I hear right now? I can hear the birds. I can hear the hum of my computer. I can hear the creaking of the trees outside against the house. Because to have awareness of the senses requires us to be in the present moment, and in the present moment, there's no threat. And so that's a total nervous system hack that is really, really helpful. And another thing I find for me is moving my body. Like if I move my body, even if it's literally just a shake it out, or I've got a song, there's one particular song that and it's literally called Shake It Off.
Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will listen to that song and
Do
literally
we get a
shake.
demonstration?
No.
Oh, okay.
I literally will just shake my body and shake it off, because quite often the sensations of anxiety in my body is just trapped chemicals of emotion that's trying to get out and trying to protect me from a threat that's not even real. So if I can work with my biology and actually apply what I know about my body and my mind, then I don't have to just overthink it. I can actually recognize it and resolve it. So,
and I really like that. So for me, similar, if I'm feeling as though, because for me, anxiety, very similar to what you said, it's in my head. When I'm in the present moment, the head's quiet. There's no possible way for me to get into anxiety.
Yeah.
So if I find that I'm sitting on a couch or I'm lying in bed and I will force myself to at least move rooms. So out of bed into a lounge room, or lounge room to outside, even if it's just for 5 minutes or a minute, or just to literally walk out the front door, look outside and then walk back in, right? There's that change. You just need that sort of
change of state.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so again, and also that moving, I don't necessarily dance to Taylor Swift. Maybe I should add it to my bucket list, shake it off. And the other thing that I do, if I do get caught in my logic, because sometimes, especially in the past, I would get caught incredibly in my logic.
Yeah.
That I would sort of say, okay, I won't beat myself up with the logic. I would apply this extra logic, if it makes sense. For every downside I can think of as a possibility, I acknowledge it as a possibility, and then say equally and oppositely, there is the complete opposite side of that coin available. And if my logic says, you're an idiot, there's no way that's possible, then it's sort of like, okay, obviously I need to change it. But normally it's sort of like, as much as this is a possibility, the turmoil, the stress, all of that, there's the possibility that the complete opposite could happen. And what is the complete opposite? Well, as hypothetically, what does the complete opposite look like?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, it's actually pretty damn awesome, because it's where I'm looking at is a very deep dark side. There's a very bright opposite side if I care to look for it.
Yeah.
And put them both down as potentials. What weight the outcome's going to be, I don't focus on. I focus on, okay, in the spectrum of potentials, let's look at both sides if we have to stay in the logic. But yeah, typically it's just sort of moving around, but not believing it.
Yeah.
If you believe that, your heart's racing and you can't breathe, okay, if you believe it, then you're going to lean into it. It's like race drivers. They'll always tell you, don't focus on the trees on the side of the road. Because if you look at it, you're gonna subconsciously drive towards it. Look at the road. Focus on where you want to go.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And there's a saying I love, and it's, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And I love that saying because our mind will just follow, and it'll go down the nooks and crannies. It'll go down the coves. It'll go down the random dark alleys. Whereas if we just follow the maps, we're very safe. So that's it for me.
Explore, people, explore.
Love it. What about you guys? Let us know, what is the worst thing you do for anxiety? I had lots of ideas. There were a whole heap of other things that came up when I was pondering this. Things like scroll on my phone, things like binge eat, things like
everything that you do.
Oh, yeah, all the kind of behaviours
that you lean into because you're just wanting to get rid of the discomfort.
Just trying to cope. Yeah, absolutely. So let us know, what are the worst things you have done for anxiety, or that you think makes it worse? And also, what is the most successful things that you implement instead that really makes a difference? Let us know.
And let us know about this little format, the top tips, the short, the sweet.
If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do, because we've got lots of amazing content coming your way. We're really excited about what we're doing. So thanks for joining us.
Till next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.